focus and concentration and competitive spirit we had today.
Hey, Jack, can you talk about, feel for his own confidence, because he's been struggling the last couple of weeks, kind of, getting that hit early, and then what it can do for him maybe the rest of this regional?
Well, hitting is a confidence thing, and it's contagious, and, Phil is a battler. He's intelligent, he's tough physically, mentally. He's one of those guys that I don't mind seeing at all. I'm excited to see him come up. If they want to pitch around Richie and Phil comes up, you're going to get your best effort every time. If you're going to go down, you're going to go down with one of the toughest kids I've ever coached. And if you're going to, you get something good to happen, couldn't happen to a better kid. That's how I feel about it when he rolls up into the plate. He's strong, he's tough, he takes some rough swings sometimes, has some rough at-bats sometimes, but he has, just when he looks, you think he's out of an at-bat, he works his way back into it because he's tough mentally. So he did a really nice job for us today. He's going to have to continue to do it. I said coming in, we always kind of pick who do we think the guy's going to be to step up for us, whether it be someone down at the bottom of the order, the middle of the order, whatever it might be. And kind of my pick this week was he's got to come through for us because, they're kind of very careful when it comes to Richie. And then Phil's got to step up for us. He did a nice job today.
At times this year, getting clutch hits has been a bit of a challenge, but today, 2 outs, 9 or 10 runs come in. I mean, it seems like if some of those go the other way, it's a different ballgame. Being able to get those hits with 2 outs certainly was the difference in this game.
Well, 2-out hits are backbreakers. If it happens against you, the other team does it. It's very disheartening for the pitcher. You think you're out of the inning, you're close, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Next thing you know, 2-run score. That's very disheartening. It's tough. It's a tough mental hurdle to get over. Offensively, if you get them like we did today, then it's a real positive thing. There's positive energy. Kids feel better about themselves. There's more enthusiasm. It gets contagious. They see one guy get a big hit that makes the next guy feel like he can do the same thing. So 2-out RBIs, 2-out hits are very, very important to win. And good teams do those things all the time, or a majority of the time. And if you're struggling, those things come few and far between. So we've had some ups and downs with those 2 things during the course of the year, and today happened to be a good day for us.
Jack, could you expand a little bit on David Hazelton's performance? Obviously did not have his best stuff out there, but really showed some grit in battling out of those innings.
One of the big points in the ball game was we had the 7-run lead, and they get the bases loaded in the 7th inning with nobody out, and we get out of that cleanly. If they score 2 or 3 runs, next thing you know, we got a 4-run game, we got a 3-run agame. Things aren't as easy as you want them to be. So that was a big turning point in the game, I think, for us and for him. He's a strike thrower. For whatever reason, he wasn't around the zone where he needed to be in that inning. But he did pitch out of it, and he's been giving us some good innings lately and settled down in the 8th and 9th and gave us some good. He got a 1, 2, 3 inning maybe in the 8th and then maybe the 9th as well. So he did some good things in the 8th and 9th for us, and in the 6th inning he was good for us. And just battled his way out of that 7th inning. But we need to have him perform for us this weekend if we're going to continue to keep on playing.
Any plans for tomorrow's pitcher?
We're going to wait and see who we play, and then go back and talk about it. And I guess our options would be Leon and Daniel Gossett. So those would probably be our two options for it. But we'll wait until we get back to the hotel, see who we play tomorrow, and so forth, and make a decision based on that.
Right here in the center of this. Right here.
What'd you like from Paulie today? What was he executing well?
It was a tough day to pitch. The umpire, Jim Garman, is a very good umpire. I've known him for 20 years, and he calls them the way they are. The ball's a ball and a strike's a strike. And so we had a little time, trouble making adjustments to that, because sometimes you get a little bit more, a little less in certain spots. But he's very fair, and he's very adept at what he does. And I think we had to make some adjustments early in the game. And Kevin was having a little trouble with his breaking ball, so he was trying to get his 2-seamer over there, trying to get some ground balls. We made some decent ground defensive plays behind him. Made a couple nice plays in the outfield. Jay Bond made a real nice play with the bases loaded on a full swing and off the end of the bat in left field. So we I think our kid's made a good adjustment, and, he's a very good umpire, and it was one of those things where I think we, had a little trouble trying to make that adjustment, throwing strikes where we needed to early in the ball game. Once we figured that out, I think we did a pretty good job of it.
Coach, how nice was it, just in being that this is the first game at this regional, to get off to that start, those first 2 innings? I mean, you got some luck, you got some walks, and you guys took advantage, and now maybe a little bit more confidence in this regional?
Yeah, it was huge. I think we got the first run in the first inning, then we got the first run in that 5-run inning where we in a pitcher's cover first, and we scored from second base, and it almost happened later in the game, almost happened twice in the ball game. Then Phil's home run, just gave us that 6-run lead that that helped us, and they got 6-2, and now you got a 4-run game, and we were able to continue to keep on distance ourselves. We grabbed another one, then we grabbed 2 more, I think, then they grabbed 1, and then we grabbed 1 after that. So we kept answering every time they answered, which was a good thing for us. Something we haven't been all that good at during the course of the year, but we did a nice job with it today. Coastal's a very good team. They're well coached. Gary does a really good job with his team. They got some good athletes. They're a good ball club, and they always play us very tough. And so I never really felt comfortable at any time during that game until we got the last out, because they'll keep battling in, and he's a tremendous competitor, and they got a good team. They'll be back in here again.
Coach, moving forward, how important is it to keep getting the production that you got today from your 7, 8, and 9 hitters?
Well, that's one thing that's been a little trouble coming by from 5 on down to 9 in our batting order. They have to produce in order for us to churn things over and get ourselves back to the top of the order and be able to score runs. And McGivern's been coming on a little bit lately, doing a nice job for us. Took a couple good swings today, and Brad Felder's been dangerous every time he comes up to the plate. Spencer Keepham had a good game for us today. I think he had a couple RBIs, a couple big hits for us. And Jay Baum, did a nice job. Joey Costigan coming off and going in the 5th spot today. We had 3 hits out of the 5-hole. And, so I think those guys, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, even Jason Stoltz had a nice job for us today. He got a couple hits, I think, and a couple RBIs. So, we got really good production from 5 through 9 today, and that's what we're going to have if we're going to expect to, keep on winning in this tournament.
Jack,